Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a tabletop unboxing review of the new 300 Blackout Soviet Arms Krink. We're going to compare that one with the one I have on the wall, which is a 1986 Russian Tula parts kit. We're going to compare each one and see the differences in between both. We're going to see what they got right and what they got wrong. After that, we're going to modify the firearm. We're going to add some accessories to it, and then we're going to take it to the gun range and see if it performs as advertised. This firearm was purchased by me, so you'll have my 100% unbiased opinion unless you send me something for free. Send me free shit. Send me free shit. Anyways, thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for your continued support, and let's get this gun review started. There, so you can see it comes in this huge Soviet Arms box, cardboard box. It was inside this piece of plastic here, and some jerk off put a hole to see the serial number instead of using the actual opening, but whatever. It has a nasty smell to it. It smells like somebody smell that shit! I wiped it a little bit, but it's covered in oil, the whole thing, which is not bad. You want to make sure you get a gun that's not covered in surface rust. They also add this. Make sure you throw this away and your kids don't eat that.
Keep poisoning our kids.
Got those kids that are on the spectrum. We got a Soviet Arms AK manual. Comes with a lock. It had a sticker in here. My son took it from me already. Comes with one magazine. It's marked 5.56 by 45. So you get that, one magazine. Here's the firearm itself. It's got all these labels on it for being inspected, quality control inspection stickers on it, for markings and labels. And then you got yourself a 4.5 millimeter pin for this folding stock mechanism. Also comes with the flag indicator. First impressions as far as racking it, it's not bad. It's definitely gonna need some work on the hammer. Look, it does get stuck. You got here safety selector. It's got the automatic notch cut into it. Semi safe. It's got a shelf for your index finger. Check the trigger pull. It's not bad. It's not great. The gas tube.
What the heck is that?
You can see it through the firearm right there. This is a 86 Russian Tula. So there are some things that are not 100% correct.
You better get your bitch ass over there.
So go ahead and roast me in the comments, but this was at the time where I didn't really care. I just wanted the parts kit built, and I wasn't looking at one-to-one clone, so it does have some people may say tasteless markings on it, but it's just a receiver. So yeah, that's the same. Open her up. Yep, it's really in there. Might need a tool at first. It's nice and tight. That's what she said. Ha ha ha.
Holy fucking shit.
Looks like they test fired it. Looks like pieces of copper. Nothing out of the ordinary with that. There we go. And then we got safety's not bad too from the factory. as far as it not being too tight or too loose. And there you go. Major difference. That was really tight engagement. That came right off the gas tube. I mean, it looks like wood, but it feels like plastic. No, it's wood. Gas block, gas tube, and then your handguard retainer plate doesn't have a traditional takedown. It's utilizing these 2 screws. If you can focus in, you fucker.
Oh.
Or for the handguard retainer, there's two screws holding it together. I'm gonna have to take these screws and back them off, and I believe that'll free this up. Here's your booster. 24mm threads. Yeah, I think they did test fire this gun. You can actually see some copper right here. That's good. You see wear already on the top cover. Paint's coming off. Not a big deal, but some people it might be. Wear on the top cover if you decide to drill in Picatinny mount here. You know that'll hold 0 a lot better when this top cover is tied up against the receiver. Spring loaded. Has the latch here for your side folding stock mechanism. Some things people always point out is this rivet and this rivet. They're supposed to be flat. They're not. People point that out all the time. They paint over the whole gun. I noticed that with a lot of the builds, custom builds, they assemble the gun and they have someone paint it, so you won't have, you know, the metal showing like this. So these are different trigger access pins that I found. They were original from another gun, so I put them in there. But usually those rifle dynamic builds, you'll see everything that's painted over. Some people don't like it, and then they paint over the red sights. These were red. They were painted in here. When you're trying to have a parts kit build, you know, you got to specify those things to people. And I'm pretty sure that if you don't specify it, they're just going to build it out, which is something like this. I really didn't specify anything when I had this one built. I just said, yeah, put it together. I don't care. This was made in a time where these components were not as hard as they are now to get. So I really wasn't looking for that traditional purist look. These unique. Same thing right here. The bolts look the same. If I can get the damn bolt out. This is my first time. Be gentle. Good lord. Here's the PSA 300 blackout, and here's the Russian. The stems look the same. Obviously the diameter is not over here. They're not spring loaded. Yeah, it's not spring loaded. Neither is this one. They're free floated. Firing pins are free floated. This carrier. The carrier feels substantially heavier than the Russian one. But yeah, there's some slight differences in the thickness here, and this one's a little bit thinner in this area here. The charging handle is longer than the Russian one. More so like a Bulgarian. This is more like a Bulgarian setup. See the pin? You see the pin through there? You can actually feel it. This one, the Russian one, you can't. I don't even know if it almost looks like it's been completely flush fitted and there's nothing there. The surface material here, you can actually feel it where the bolt rides in there. This one is more machined flat. There's actually a ledge here. You can feel it as clean as this one. This one was made in '86, and this is modern machining right here. Same thing with this right here. There's like a ledge here. This one's smooth. Well, all in all, it looks normal. It doesn't matter. We'll just see if it functions correctly. Oh yeah, another thing too I didn't mention was there's a side mount optics rail. You're not trying to modify The top cover, you can add a side mount rail in there. Side mount optics rail. You have that option from the factory to have a solid mounting point right here. The Russian one doesn't come with it. That's why I say this is more like a Bulgarian one. This is a Bulgarian one I have on the wall. It's a SLR 104UR. So I feel like it's like a combination of the Russian and the Bulgarian on this 300 Blackout Krink. The differences. You also see too on this side how they're not flat, the rivets. But to each his own. Another thing too, people I see on the Reddit or forum sites, they don't dimple the receivers. Yeah, it has been fired. You can see the carbon in here. Test fire your guns before you send them out to the customer, and they don't work at all. And you know who you are. Check the mag fitment. This is the magazine they provide. Nice lockup, doesn't wobble side to side. Ishmash. Don't know if it'll feed the 30 caliber out of this 545 by 39 mags. It looks good. Maybe I could change the followers out. Anybody know any company out there that has followers that'll work with 300 Blackout? Or maybe it's this right here. Buy these magazines and take these followers out. See if they work in these. Another magazine right here. Malot. That works. Alright, so I got it loosened up. Loosen these two screws up. And it falls right out. It's got these tabs here to make up for the space between the receiver and the handguard. The handguards are tight. They were nicely tight fitted. The upper one, when it's placed on the rifle, you can move the wood a little bit slightly to the side. But this is the non-vented versions, like the originals. Let's see how they look compared to the Russian ones. I mean, this is beautiful. That laminated finish compared to whatever this is. There it is. There's your AR-15 gas block. Red Loctite looks like. Good. Hopefully that doesn't come apart. I haven't touched it, and this is how it comes. It's also made of wood. Got a textured finish right here. Good. Pistol grip screw, standard. Oh, look at this. Definitely something different with these two screws. On the inside, it looks like, yeah. There's two screws in here where you can adjust it. So if you have a loose stock, this will take up the space. On the magazine release, it's different. Compared to the Russian one. This is more square. This one is rounded. This one's more rounded. Doesn't look like it's crushed too well. That's holding the side rail mount right there. I'm gonna put this thing back together with the new parts I have, and then we're gonna take it to the range, see what I get as far as results in accuracy and performance. So guys, after trying to install some aftermarket components, I noticed that the rear trunnion also had some rivets that weren't crushed all the way. I know it's kind of hard to see it, but if you look in the back corners of the rear trunnion, you'll notice that they're not even squashed all the way compared to the front right corner, and somewhat on the front left, at least at this angle. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is take this down to the dungeon and crush these rivets correctly as best I can. Maybe flatten the outer portion, so instead of the outer portion being round, it'll be flat, and then the inner will be round. I got the rivets crushed. Try to flatten them out. It's a little dark down here, but got them crushed on the rail over here and here, here and here. And then inside I did 3 of them, but like I said, it's really dark here and the extra light I had just died on me. Just in case some of you guys are wondering what tool I'm using, here you go. This helped me crush the rivets. It's from AK Builders. They got a lot of cool stuff. They've been around for a very long time. So this is the final product. I want to go over really quick the modifications that I added. I added this Fab Defense AK grip. Looks a little awkward. We got the ALG trigger. Used to get stuck back here. Now we don't have that issue no more. I got a nice profiled hammer. Safety selector. I did a little bit of bending to get it to actuate a little bit smoother. KPYK handrail. I have the Sandman attached to it, which looks like it's kind of integratedly suppressed, but it's not. We have JMac Customs Chemo brake holding it all together. We had a little bit of alignment issue. It's hard to get this on camera, but make sure you always check if you're gonna run an AK that everything is straight and concentric to the bore, which this one is. Now, everything is for the most part straight where before it was touching. So get yourself a bore alignment rod. Now we can safely fire this gun. As far as the future, what things I want to add to Form 1 it. So once that form comes back, we'll have this one Form 1 ready, tack stamped. I'll get it laser engraved, but I don't want to do that yet until I find out if this thing actually can work. I'm gonna sight the gun in first. We're gonna try this out first. 150 grains. I'm gonna shoot a few rounds of this, make sure the gun cycles, functions with it. I might have to sight this in because I haven't done so yet. I just slapped this on. I wasn't able to move the front sight because it was completely stuck. It almost broke my tool. I even tried to use for the elevation needle nose pliers and it still didn't move, so I just stopped before I break it. But I'm gonna use this red dot. I'm gonna try to aim center and see where it hits. It's gonna be loud, so fire in the hole. Good job. So we know it functions. That's where we're at right there. Tight shit. Clicks. So we know it functions with those specific 150 grain, supersonic, no suppressor. We're gonna try some Hornady Black. This is 208 grains, Hornady Black. This is subsonic. We're gonna use this ammo sparingly because this ammo does cost a lot of money. And what's crazy is it fed through this. This is a 545x39 magazine, Ishmash. It did work. Function. Okay, so we're good with this. See where we're at. Looks like I pulled one, but the other two are exactly where they need to be. So that's where we're gonna stand for now. Try this. Subsonic first. This one is 220 grains. This is the PSA mag. Came with. Sounds good. Sounds really good. That was really nice. Soft shooting. Tell the difference. We all know, make sure you're wearing your hearing protection, but I really want to hear what this sounds like. There's some other people shooting here, but in the name of science, I'm going to have to sacrifice my left hearing. Let's see if we keep this down. Nice. Sounds good. Sounds really good. It's still facing down range, so just don't think it's the other way. Still facing down. Front end hasn't blown compared to 200, 220 grain. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to notice a difference. You may not notice it either on the camera because it does sound in the audio, so it really doesn't help when people want to hear what it sounds like. You will never know till you're actually up against the firearm. You could hear it through audio and video. It's really difficult. This is the Hornady Black 208 grain ammo. Oh, this one's being weak. Nice. Yeah, now it's being a bit. Okay, so this one's fully loaded to 10. They don't want to go in. 9 rounds. The 10th round didn't work. Like we all know, this is not meant for this gun. This is a 5.45x39 magazine. 10 rounder. We got 9 in. It only goes up to 20. Now we're going to try a Bulgarian one. Let's see if this works. Keep this stable. Nice. Yeah, so 5.45x39 magazines so far working. Put a few rounds in the plum, Tula plum. Everything feels tight. Yep. One that came with it works great so far. This one's working. No issues. We didn't put that many rounds through it. I didn't put 30 rounds. I know that. But the ammo is expensive. Worked with the plum magazine, the Tula plum, Bulgarian one, and the Ishmael. With this one, we all know that only 9 work as far as being able to load the magazine. Alright. I have this magazine loaded up with 10 rounds of ammunition, 220 grains ammo incorporated, and 208 grains of the Hornady Black. So one round's gonna be started off with the ammo incorporated. The next one's gonna be the Hornady Black. Let's see if we can hear a difference. This one's ammo incorporated. Hornady Black. Ammo incorporated. Hornady Black.
Look and see what you're shooting. Sounds nice.
Does.
It's very quiet. It almost sounds like a supercharged air rifle.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I really want to hear it without the earmuffs on. And it's a high pitched sound. It doesn't hurt my ears.
Okay.
Thank you. Meet a lot of nice people down here in this range specifically. Most ranges won't let you shoot AKs with steel case ammo. I don't have this on the table right now, but It's the reason why I go to this range a lot. It's not because of the well-ventilated gun range. It's everyone's nice, friendly, courteous, and you get opportunities like that where other places you wouldn't have a chance to even record or have a conversation with somebody and let the range go cold just so you can shoot your own ammunition with your headphones off. So that's why I like this place. If you guys didn't know, this is High Caliber, now called Gunsmoke. It's under new management. And the people here, most of them are here, the same guys and gals that have been here before for many years. They're still running the place, even though it's a new owner. I'm gonna shoot a few more rounds and then head back to the house and let you know my overall evaluation on this firearm. It's gonna start coming to a close, and we'll see what the future holds. Back from the range, this is it. I know you guys are waiting patiently to find out what my overall opinion on this is, and I have three main issues. As with modern day machining and manufacturing, you would think this thing would be concentric to the bore. This is literally not a cool thing to have where you put a suppressor on and it blows out the baffles. This is not straight, and that's just a big problem. Especially in 300 blackout, most of the people that are interested in purchasing this are gonna run it suppressed. Now, I don't know for a fact, but from the forum sites, everyone's saying the same exact thing, that Palmetto State Armory Soviet Arms does not dimple the receiver. You have thousands of pounds of pressure in the front trunnion. You already got all the manufacturing and tooling to produce all these forged components. Why not go ahead and dimple that receiver? Put a little bit of ease of mind in the end user to prevent cracking on the receiver. From what I'm seeing in the 5.56 version, they are not dimpled. Same thing for the rear trunnion. Very big mistake on their part, or whoever put this together. They did not crush the rivets correctly, which is a absolute cardinal sin. We cannot run a 300 blackout firearm in an AK platform with all that excessive gas pressure in a standard suppressor. This is not a flow-through can. All that gas going back to the receiver is gonna definitely damage these things. It did work on the range. I did have a great range session, no issues whatsoever, absolutely zero malfunctions, no BS, but those little bit of issues over time will wear out this shit prematurely. Man, it's upsetting to say this, but I'm just gonna have to say no. I know PSA listens to the people, and something as simple as a little bit more quality control will definitely go a long way, especially in the nerd community of the AK platform. At the end of the day, can't moan, groan, bitch, and complain. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. I appreciate the continued support. We need to step it up, make guns better, make guns great again. And this is one of them that is, I want to say, 80% there. It's not all the way there, but one day it will be. Till the next video, you guys have a good one.